seen the truth. It all makes sense now.
Cody, are you okay?
Oh, oh, Veovis, you're here. Oh, thank God.
What is going on?
I figured it out. I just needed to connect the dots. It all makes sense. Now, you see, all this time we've just been looking at the surface. But there's so much more than that. So much detail. If you just add everything together and follow the charts, you see, all this time we were just looking at the surface, scratching the bare bones of the entire organization. But if you just connect all the dots, then you can find out that it goes so much deeper.
Slow down, buddy. What are you talking about?
All the charts, all the impact. It speaks for itself.
You're gonna need to elaborate.
The furry fandom. It's not what you think it is. It goes so much deeper than that.
How long have you been down here?
That's irrelevant.
I beg to differ. Oh, I see it now. What? How could you possibly...
It's the hidden truth. I'm so close.
Don't worry, boss. I'll take this one from here. When people think of furries, their minds jump to so many places immediately. Understandably so, and this has a lot to do with the way the fandom is reported. A quick Google search of "what is a furry" will get you article after article of which is wonderful to help make being a furry more acceptable socially, but even other furries when describing the fandom end up with the same response.
The main definition of a furry is a fan of anthropomorphic animals.
Fans of anthropomorphic animals.
Anthropomorphic animals. Furries are fans of anthropomorphic animals.
An enthusiast for animal characters with human characteristics.
Basically, a furry is an anthropomorphic creature.
The furry fandom is a fandom centered around an interest in anthropomorphic animals.
Oh, we're fans of anthropomorphic animals.
A furry is a fan of anthropomorphic animals.
Furries are fans of anthropomorphic characters.
Anthropomorphic.
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 That's not very helpful.
Now, most of these guys go on to explain that it is more than that, and we understand that this is an important point to get across, especially considering it usually falls on deaf ears. But there is another side to the fandom, a vastly unreported side. Something so prolific and ingrained into the fandom, it's a wonder it's not at the forefront of every article. And that's the amount of money we give to charity each year. The problem is, these statistics are frequently pushed so far to the sideline that even the furry encyclopedia site WikiFur lists the latest mass data reported only from 2016. Each of the individual cons do report the number of annual contributions to charity, as well as a list of each charity that the con supported every year. The largest fundraising cons to date, that date mind you is only December 2016, give averages of hundreds of thousands of dollars total over their lifetime. And these cons are big, and they keep getting bigger. The growth in nearly all the conventions is on a huge upward trend and continues to grow. And with more furs, that means more contributions and positive community impact. However, the problem still persists. When a non-fur either asks or researches what furries are, they will be faced with the same couple talking points that have plagued the fandom for decades. While the majority of money given to the con's hosted charity comes from either the con itself, through attendance or con fees, a very large portion comes from the pockets of all the thousands of attending furries. And while a convention is an amazing time to give money to charity, furries have proven time and again to pull together and help charities, large and small, near or far, reach goals to either help those in need, save animals in danger, or contribute to the community in a positive way. In preparation for Anthrocon 2016, a journalist from the Pittsburgh Tribune wrote on behalf of the Visitors Bureau, "Over the past 10 years, furries, as Anthrocon attendees and supporters are called, have had a $46 million economic impact through hotel rooms, meals, travel, and other direct spending, according to visitpittsburgh.com this weekend. Anthrocon is expected to spend more than $6 million here. Each convention or event has a hugely positive effect on the surrounding community, and not only in the business that furries bring to each city, but in the smiles and memories from the fun and social adventures of fursuiting in public. Because of the impact of this convention, the city of Pittsburgh is far more open and accepting of the furry community. The journalist goes on to quote, "That's a big win over the weekend where you wouldn't normally have any business," said Visit Pittsburgh spokesman Tom Loftus, noting it is difficult to attract conventions over the 4th of July holiday. "We didn't realize how big it was going to be when they came 11 years ago. Business surrounding the convention center do their best to cash in. Tonic Bar and Grill, for example, and the Exchange Music and Game Store posted signs welcoming Anthrocon attendees. Fernando's Cafe, a longtime furry favorite on Liberty Avenue, temporarily rebranded itself Fernando's for the weekend. It affects everybody downtown. It's not just me," said Baris Budak, who owns the cafe as well as Pizza Parma. Budak's staff spent the weekend prepping furries' arrival, ordering dog bowls to serve meals and special 30-inch straws for fursuiters to drink through while wearing costume heads. There is so much constant focus on making sure that the furry fandom is appropriately represented, that it is often forgotten how generous and truly supportive we furs can be. And it's not just to charity, but to each other as well. Furries are the only group who gather because we are fans of each other and no specific entity. Conventions offer a safe place to express yourself, meet new people with similar interests, and experience a diversity of panels ranging from self-help to medical and STEM furs to artistry and crafting panels. You can learn how to make your own fursuit head 1 hour and learn more about animations the next hour. Furry conventions have also made strides in trying to include sexual education and the importance of sexual health as availabilities. As while a good amount of furries are young and have questions that need to be answered, many of the fandom are adults and they may not know or not have the resources to receive that kind of support or information. In 2018, Midwest Fur Fest, a convention held in Rosemont, Illinois, offered a free HIV testing on site. There are family panels to give parents opportunities to explore the fandom with their children and to help parents understand what the fandom is and spend time with their child, if not to answer the question, "What is wrong with my child?" more appropriately than a Google search. The inclusivity and support found here is truly one of a more magical aspect. People who feel so alone anywhere else can find their own little corner of the furry fandom to be happy. But conventions aside, we can't forget the amazing support we get from each other online each day. In many different examples online, there have been furs in need for one reason or another, and the community pulls together and comes to their aid every time without question, and usually without need for reciprocation. Just this year, furries helped raise nearly double the charity goal for an Ohio-based company that helps abandoned horses. So why is so much good so very underreported and relatively unknown? Well, the fandom isn't without its faults. There's still an actual dark side to the fandom, clickbait title aside. And unfortunately, the big push within the community is still just to show that we are normal and not everybody acts the way that the media has, for a long time, represented us as. So these statistics and impact are considered secondary to many, but it's these facts that actually will help the fandom in the long run, and by showing a positive community impact, this may also help others find us more digestible. There's a deep personal connection people have to the furry fandom. Having this sense of camaraderie and community is sometimes all somebody needs, and it can be life-saving. It has a measurable effect on mental health issues, as well as many other personal issues. Here are some examples of how the fandom has helped other people. Because of how creative and accepting and wild the community is, I finally feel like I could pour my heart into about anything. Another aspect of me is returning to the arts. Computer science pays well, but it isn't as stimulating as making art, dancing, and fursuiting and being goofy. Joining the furry fandom and becoming a furry has made me show the real me and helped me through thick and thin. For me, it's a wonderful place to stay positive, give hugs and cuddles, and help other furs as well. Around a year ago, I was always cooped up at home. I took a chance and started chatting with some fellow furries. They invited me to go to a theme park with them, and it was the first time in a long time that I had gone out somewhere for fun. I had hung out with them a few more times, and even though we drifted, they helped me learn things that I needed to get out and start doing things. We've probably gotten a lot of responses like this, but the furry community has given me friends and family when I previously didn't have either. I feel fully accepted and safe here, especially as a gay trans man. Without the furry community, I would have never opened up mentally to new ideals and types of people, and I would have never met the love of my life.
It's not really as simple as just being a fan of anthropomorphic animals, because everyone would be a furry. Everyone who likes The Lion King would be technically a furry. Everyone who likes the movie Zootopia would be a furry. And while it's true that furries love Zootopia, a lot of America likes the movie Zootopia. That doesn't mean that they're all furries. It's someone who makes anthropomorphic characters a part of their life to the nth degree, higher than a normal person. It's someone who, rather than is just a fan of these characters, has a deep personal connection with them. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is to me, I guess. It's also about sex.
It is very important that we continue representing the furry fandom as a positive and welcoming environment, but stories of these really big and very good and kind impacts the furries have inside and outside of the fandom need to be shared more, and reported more, and represented more appropriately. I know we're weird, and we always will be. That's half the fun. But I know from personal experience how much it hurts to hide this inside, and how amazing it feels once you embrace who you are. And if we can normalize the fandom that much more, maybe more people will feel comfortable accepting who they are, even if it's only that one person hiding who they are because everybody else is making fun of them. If they know that they have a safe place and a welcoming community behind them, that's all the difference in the world. So next time you are presented with the question, what is a furry? You can answer more appropriately. A supportive and fun community of artists and creators who have had a general shared interest in anthropomorphic animal characters who gather with the goal of raising money for important charities and bringing annual economic booms to communities around the world. Or I guess we could all just say we're fans of anthro-animals. Okay, I get it now. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video and want to see more of my content, please like and subscribe for much more to come. A special thanks to my patrons. None of this would be possible without your enduring support. If you would like to become a patron, you can support me for exclusive content, link below. If you're just passing through, consider sharing this video to your friends and spread the word about the positive impact of the furry fandom. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.